Gonna go over some things. I'll let people start funneling in. I know there's already 3 of you. I appreciate that. Drop a like if you're already here. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm expecting a couple moves for sure. Not saying I'm gonna take anything on stream again. We'll see. We'll see. This stream may be absolutely dead. Just because I gave like no notice. We'll see though. I know I have a couple traders out there. Yo, what's going on, Nino? What's up, Nolani? How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. I think I don't know. Usually you don't go to Friday meets, but I'll be there tomorrow. But how you been? How's the trading been? Getting a little bit more clear? You still kind of going back and forth with things? Again, like for the longest time, like I went back and forth. Sub Juice. I'm glad to see you in here. Glad to see people start coming in here. Waiting for my boy Edgar. He's probably not gonna pull up, but we'll see. But we got some things. I'm gonna go over the trade that I was looking at on stream last night. Played out beautifully, but didn't get in. Yeah, I know the late night ones are kind of tough. I think after this week, I'm gonna switch it back to like earlier. Try to, but yeah, it's pretty late. Kind of sucks for me too. But yeah, we'll switch the time up for that. Back testing, nice. Do you back test with TradingView or do you guys like go into FX replay? I don't know. I heard FX replay is a bit better. I still do back test sometimes. I think if I need it, I'll back test. But at the point that I'm at, I'm just making sure that I'm getting data from every trade that I take. So no matter what, I'm tracking my trades, journaling it, and seeing if there's like any trends or anything different happening within the markets, right? Again, like even this trade, for example, I didn't take it, but in this case, I'd consider this a back test if I were to go back, put in a journal, and do all that. But I haven't tried FX replay, but I heard it's a way better back testing tool than TradingView because I think you can go back a lot further for a cheaper price. It's something like that. TradingView all the way. Yeah, I prefer TradingView. You could do the same thing in TradingView. I don't think you need FX replay. But like the cool thing is like there's other things on FX replay, like you can have it automatically go back to a random time in the market. So it's not like you pick a time. Then I changed my username to Daddy. That's crazy. Do it though. Do it. But look, I know if you guys were here yesterday, you saw I was looking for this trade. The idea behind it was price just had broke this high, right? Okay, once you see a break of structure, some of you guys know there's a pullback. Again, market moves in waves, whatever. That's what we're looking for. There was an opportunity to get in, but it didn't fit my criteria, which was, I believe, right here. No, it was on the 5-minute. It was like this area right here, which at the time it didn't fit my criteria. I didn't like it, but price did come into a supply and then we sold off from there. I was just giving hope in another entry point, which was this area here. I was hoping price was going to pull back up here and then sell off. But again, we didn't get that and price just took a shit. But if you guys notice, price just came into discount pricing and then shot up from there. So sometimes I like to hold deeper, but sometimes like in cases like this, price would have just shit on me if I held any deeper than equilibrium. That's why, like, even if you were to trade like a trendline breakout here, still hold to the equilibrium. I don't know. Like you guys could have found some type of trendline breakout of like this fucking leg or something. And then it retested and everything. Boom. Entered. Target here. But again, like now that we have created a new leg, I'm just doing the same thing. We created a new high. All I'm doing is waiting for a pullback. But this is kind of different because there's not a lot of structure to play off of, or at least to identify when I see like a shifting character to the downside. So because of that, I'm hoping that price kind of plays around a bit, create some type of structure that I can then use to sell off and target discount pricing, right? So, but GJ, now we're coming to a point where I'm expecting buys back up. I'm hoping for a break of this high. That'd give me confirmation that price is indeed ready to pull back potentially. Okay, potentially. But a lot of that comes down to the 4-hour. Again, we just made a new low, so we're just expecting that pullback. Even have some areas of supply to kind of back things up. So even if we want to hold a little bit deeper, we could possibly do that. US 30, let's look at it. I am actually going to start trading NASDAQ again. I think tomorrow. Maybe not streaming, not yet. But I need to get into futures. I need to for certain reasons. What I'm gonna start looking for, and this is like a perfect example, is just like sweep to liquidity and then a clear break to the downside with like some type of volume. Because again, like I do go to FOREX, but it just sometimes I take one setup a week. You know, I want to be able to shoot on US 30 and NASDAQ. So may start trading futures, but I like it. I don't know where you got in at. Were you selling? Were you buying? Because I like the sweep of this high. And then again, once price kind of starts breaking these candle lows with volume, I'd get in, maybe target 101, something of that nature. Maybe move to break even once price hit this area here. But again, that could have got worked out there. But again, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. Like NASDAQ today, I already have it. Because you guys should know NAS and US 30 move pretty similarly. Not always, but pretty damn close. Again, we had a sweep at this high. Price started to break these lows. Could have just had stops at the high and targeted there. That's what I'm starting doing because again, like I'm just seeing so many people just make so much money trading futures because again, no spread is a great thing. I think especially when it comes to like NQ on Forex, like you can get fucked sometimes when it comes to spread. So that's a plus. And again, NASDAQ is where it's going to be. And there's another reason that I am going to futures. Well, half futures, half Forex, but that will be revealed later. I was long, wanted to buy and demand, and the trade pullback. What time? What time was that, Nolani? Let's go over it, if you don't mind. Was it like what time? What time did your candle hit your demand? But again, like I was saying, futures, when it comes to like NQ and all that, is the way. So maybe you guys will start seeing some futures streams, just printing fucking money, because that's all I'm seeing right now. So just using strictly just volume and understanding a bit of market structure, you can make a fuck ton of money right now. Edgar, what are you looking at? What are we looking at? Let's check Euro JPY. Or was it Euro JPY? Yeah. This has been on my mind so much recently because I saw someone trading it, but I don't know if I want to trade it myself. You can see that price is respecting like these areas here. Like I said last night, we're now coming to this area. I don't know, it's looking pretty fucking solid. You're seeing price. I mean, price is still bullish to me, so this is honestly kind of fire. You had a rejection of the 4-hour, Price then created a new leg on the 30-minute hourly, and then on the 15-minute, we just came into a new area of demand after shifting structure. It's actually kind of fire. I'm honestly going to see if this hits. Where would we hold to? In theory, this high. That's crazy. But again, like at any point, price can reverse. So like what I would do in these cases to play it safe is I would play the equilibrium, or like we can't even do that. Never mind. Just a big ass fucking wick. Never mind that. We'll see what plays out. Sup, Jocko? Sup, Jocko? Why is it, there's 15 people in here? Why don't you guys tell me what pairs look like? Look at, like, come on. Tell me what you guys are looking at. 717. Let's check it. Was it a 1 minute? I assume then. I'm assuming it's like this demand, maybe. I think. $40,636. Yeah. Okay. I think we're still solid, but this next setup looked pretty fire too. I don't know if it hit necessarily. Nah, you would have got wicked. NCD, USD. Let's peep it. Do you like NZD? I don't know. I haven't really looked at it like that. I'm already seeing price respect areas of supply and demand. So I guess that's always a good sign, I'd say. Let's look at the higher time frames. Like to me, we're going to start facilitating a pullback here. Okay, so dropping down to the daily. Pretty good structure. I like it. I mean, we're just respecting highs. We're not respecting highs, making new highs, having pullbacks as such to kind of start facilitating that. Could just play these like smaller pullbacks and continuations, but like right here, this looks like this could be a old possible setup. See if we would have found anything right here. I don't know. Not much going on here. Or like at least that I would have entered off of. That's when there was a new lake formed. Maybe. Maybe not. Price action's clean. I'm not seeing like too much lower time frame supply and demand. But I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. See, I might start adding in pairs. Maybe that's what I need, because again, like sometimes I'll be waiting a fat fucking minute for trades, you know. But again, like you don't need a lot of pairs to trade. But I like how UJ's playing out. If we do see price play out the way I expect it to, could be added in. But we'll see. I don't want to start taking too many trades. But again, because this is more like an intraday swing trade, I could be fine with that. How's NZD AUD? I'm not a fan of like AUD. I can already tell it's like a lot choppier. Just broke out of here, having a pullback, just come into this area. At this point, I'm just like playing a pullback. Why? Because we're coming off a supply right now. And two, we broke structure at this point, meaning, I mean, that right there kind of gives me conviction that price will at least pull back. It could continue to sell off, but if it doesn't, I mean, that's not our goal to catch that. Our goal is to just catch this pullback. That's why I love pullbacks. It's the last bearish candle before the bullish provide gap. Edgar, would you say? That's just me though. Great call. What's a great call? Red Dog. But let's break this down. But again, like I said, price, I think I'm just gonna, even then, I'm not watching NZD USD. I'll watch these two pairs. I'll watch these three pairs for this next week. I'll back test them a bit, see if it's anything that I like. And then you guys may see me trading a lot more pairs. You guys never know. But again, like for now, my top pairs are, again, I'm not really waiting for much. The one thing with EU where I would have liked to take this supply, which I found nice, there's just not a lot of structure to play off of. Like, yes, we have this low, but this low wasn't really significant. Like, we didn't break a high here, and there's not much structure to play off in this area. So what I'm really waiting for is for price to possibly like start creating like new lows, and then I can look for like a confirmation entry to sell off where to, you guys should know at this fucking point, into the equilibrium or discount pricing, whatever you may want to say. But the equilibrium is like a safe point, and on top of that we have all this imbalance, inefficiency, fair value gaps, whatever you want to call it, to you know, correlate with. I do watch the DXY sometimes. Honestly, I used, like, I kind of didn't use it because I felt like it got in the way of my trading, but now I've kind of been watching it a bit more and realizing like when it does align with Euro USD, when it does, or when JPY basket does align with GJ, you tend to find your really good setups like when they're aligning with each other, or in that case it's opposite, but you know what I'm saying, one moves up, one moves down, but they correlate. So again, like I have been using it a bit more. Sometimes I don't still let it cloud my judgment. Like in this case, we're looking for sells on EU. That means we're looking for buys on DXY. So DXY, same thing. We don't have any real structure playing off of. We did come down to an area of demand. So again, it's just like, for the people who don't know, at least I know you know, Red Dog. But again, it's just inversed, right? But same thing. If I can see a break of a high, I'll pull back into another demand. I may take it, especially if it's aligning, so we'll see. That's what I'm waiting for. But again, like it's going to be another short stream, but just came on here to just, chat it up with you guys, see what you guys are doing. I mean, you guys already put me on a couple pairs. So, I mean, we'll see if I start trading them. But they're looking pretty damn clean. I can't lie. Like this is something I definitely would take. It's just super simple structure. The one thing I don't like about this is that price didn't create a new low here. It just wicked it, but I like the fact that it wicked it almost as if it treated it as a liquidity sweep. So oh no. Okay, I thought it was gonna be something bad. So Edgar, so you sold on USD CAD, right? You're in GJ. What are you in GJ? GJ buys, sells. We just came into the equilibrium of this leg. I could see like quick sells possibly, but again, price can continue to sell off from this point. Like there's nothing saying it's going to pull back now. We could just like start respecting these areas. You could buy into that area, to be honest with you. And I think that's probably what you're doing, is buying into that area. Juice, or are you selling? Sells. Sells. All right. What's your bias behind that? I want to know. I want to know your bias behind it. Because again, like sells, I still find sells to be valid because again, we just came into the equilibrium that's following trend. Trend can reverse, but it doesn't have to. Yeah, just send the link out. But these setups are. Yeah, I'm tempted if I get another break here, fucking hopping in, man. No, I can't do that. Let's peep it, man. We talking about this for value gap here, I assume. Spotted it instantly. Is that what we talking about? I think so. Nice for value gap before RGJ. I'm not too big on fair value gaps like that. Let's like peeping the 4-hour. We could come into this area now that I'm recognizing it. Let's see. So again, we just broke this high. I expected this pullback, and that's why I was looking for shorts earlier on. We got that pullback into equilibrium on the daily. So again, one, we should start pushing back up on the daily to fulfill the overall bullish bias, but at the same time, we see that GJ sold off obviously on the lower time frames, created a breaker structure. We can look for the pullback there. It's like a double confirmation. So it could be a good area for buys. I'm not saying I'm going to buy off of it, but if price like does come into it and respects it nicely, you know, who's not to say that I use that as a confluence that price, once it does make a new high on the lower time frames, is definitely ready to buy back up, and I can capitalize on that, potentially even into new higher areas, because again, price is also pulling back on the daily, meaning once it's done, it's going to shoot to make a new leg up here. So clip that, come back to it. If I'm right, you owe me $100. Like, I'm serious. I will. If I'm not right, Trump did some fuck shit and like talking about tariffs. So, you know, other than that, I should be right. Am I going to do futures? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can't do FOREX when I trade NAS or US 30. There's no point. Like, there's not no point, but would you rather have no spread? I mean, I would at least. So, about to go live, but it's playing roulette. I know, huh? We'll just start fucking gambling. Now, my homie's been using this 30-second time frame strategy, and it's just identifying when there's like some type of, like, say in this case right here. Again, he does use EMAs, but like this case, price is trending bullish. We can see that price broke out of this structure, you know, pretty rapidly, and then he's just looking for volume setups like that on 30-second. Kind of crazy, huh? Fundamentals. I'm not too big in fundamentals. When it comes to like videos, honestly, the only video I've ever watched was so fucking boring. Like, it was just the worst thing ever. Like, the only, like, I know a little bit about fundamentals just from like hearing other traders talk about it, like on podcasting, this and that, and just plus over like market experience. Like, I'm going to FOREX Factory. You should know what FOREX Factory is, to just check if there's news. Every time there's a news event, you kind of get an idea of how impactful it can be. So like when it comes to next month, let's say, you know, that like unemployment claims, they can be very impactful, but it's not as bad as GDP or CPI, you know, and I've noticed that trend over time. So I don't want to, I'd say just look up FOREX fundamentals, truly. Oh, get better at trading. Did Ali teach me anything? He told me to read a book, straight up. He said read a fucking book. Nah, he just said it. Ali told me it's just a deep rabbit hole. It's like you got to go pretty deep into fundamentals if you really want to get like an upper hand, I guess you could say, on it. But again, like I don't focus too much into it except for understanding like just like what this is. Like this right here, tomorrow I'm gonna make sure I'm out of the market when he talks, you know, even through all this during 5:30. That's a little bit scary. It's NFP, I'm pretty sure. So but as far as like strategy, I'm always gonna recommend my boy Luca.NoLimit. But it depends on what you're looking for. Like it depends. Like what I did was I watched like an abundance of different traders. Started with like one guy spying a man, went to another guy, kind of learned a little bit from him, learned a lot from Luca, and then I kind of like over time, kind of like formed my own system and just started testing it. And then over time, just got better and better and better. And because I was able to get data, I made the necessary changes, and then boom, I'm here. So honestly, I say go watch Luca No Limit if you haven't. Watch this guy called Photon Trading. I didn't tell you to watch him though. Okay. Obviously watch me. I don't have that many videos, but I do drop a lot of fucking free sauce in my Discord and all that. Um, so take advantage of that. So a lot of people don't, and I'm like, damn, give me that sauce. But again, like we can see EU starting to make that push. I don't look at the order book. I've actually thought about looking at the order book, but like in my mind, it may just be an extra added factor that isn't going to necessarily make anything better for me. Like it's not going to improve my trading because I'm just adding in something else that could cloud my judgment. So, and plus, I feel like the order book would be a lot more useful when it comes to lower time frames. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it'd be useful for when it's coming into like a supply demand zone, but even then, like when I'm trading higher time frame. The order book is just like you can see people when they're placing like buys or sells. Pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, correct me. It's where ECG. Okay. Never thought of that. Where do you look at order books? Like, is it an indicator? I don't think it's an indicator, right? Because again, I've never looked at it. I've thought about it. It'd be nice to see that. Just like find like, because again, like you can identify like stronger points of liquidity, but I can see how that can be a little bit more like useful. Again, I feel like in lower time frame situations, that could be totally bullshitting like right there. Like I'm not saying I'm bullshitting, but I could be totally wrong when I say that. But that's how like I think of it. 30-second is secret. Honestly, my homies has been doing some work on the 30-second. It's on the open positions. What do you mean? If I learned something new. Yeah, you got to put us on your order book thing. I'm not gonna lie. Right, dog. Where do I find it? You should DM me. You don't have my Discord or my Instagram or something. Yeah, 30-second. It may be the next big thing. I don't know. I don't want to say that for sure, but I know that he's been seeing some pretty good results with it. So, but again, it's just like it's again just totally volume based. Like everyone that I've been seeing doing good with Nasdaq is just trading straight fucking volume. Just even if it's just a trend line break, but there's clear volume within the market. Oh no. If you send a link, I'm gonna be scared to click it. Everything gone. Holla at me. Nah, that's crazy. But again, let's see. The only shitty part is I already know price is going to end up making some new lows and giving me a possible entry, but by that time it's going to be approaching 530 and I'm not going to want to play into euro, or I mean to play into this pair because USD news could kill me. So this may just be a scratch pair. Maybe if price does play out in time, I can see myself entering somewhere. But is that going to happen? I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, like gonna be a big back test weekend, just to kind of check out these new pairs. I'm not saying I'm going to trade them, but you never know. You never know. Like we have some decent movement here. Nothing like spectacular, but Solid. I don't know. I'll definitely watch these pairs, see what happens. What's up, Salva? Salva's finally in the fucking building. It's at Panda. Wait, what? I don't even know what you're saying. 12 a.m. open. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Juice. Juice is bagging out apparently right now, guys. I don't know about NCDAD. I'll test these two pairs. See what happens. Which Juice are you on live? Oh, you meant Owanda. Owanda. Like, I'll look it up. I think I got it. I'm definitely going to look it up. Shouldn't be too hard. Again, I'll just. Again, guys, not seeing much. What the fuck? Juice just caught these nice ass sells. Came into a nice area of premium pricing. Sold off. I don't know what the entry was. But he got in. He got in. But drop a like. Like, this is the last stream of the week. You can stop losses build up. Let's peep it. You guys are in the meeting room, my bad. Hop in there. You said it's in testimony or general? There it is. Solid. Oh yeah. Juice out here fucking catching bangers. Guys, slow night. Like, I just don't know what to tell you. 20 hours? That's crazy. Salva, you want to do me the biggest favor ever and link my Discord? I'd appreciate you forever. It wasn't in general chat. Juice. I saw his fire. But again, slow night, guys. I know it's only in. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. See if we see anything, but I don't want to call anything out. If I know price doesn't, if it won't hit, like I'm not gonna call anything out I don't have confidence in. So yeah, just not who I am. Maybe when I start trading futures in the morning, you guys will see. But yeah, what are you guys looking at? Like, come on, I got a couple more minutes on here. Show me something. I got a couple accounts I can throw a trade on and just fuck around. Might have to pull passing a funded on live and giving the profits to you guys. Might have to do that. But you guys actually have to fucking pass it. Do you like eat? Oh my god, sorry. Do you guys think you would have the ability to pass a funded account on live? Like if I were to just let you guys take any trade as soon as I hop on here, would you guys be able to pass it? Is DAX just DAX or am I tripping? Because I don't trade DAX. Or is DAX chair 30? Am I tripping? I want to peep chair 30. It is DAX. Never mind. Disregard everything I just said. Sounded stupid as fuck. Disregard everything. Sorry. But see, we had a nice little buy up. We might buy back up from here. We'll see. Again, like I don't trade indices. Just very scary for me. Not scary, but it moves so much differently. You know, like again, like I am going to trade them soon, so you guys could see me doing that, but it would just be like breakouts. You know, let's go to 30 seconds. What are we going to see on the 30-second right now? Right? Nothing fucking much. Again, I'd need to throw on an EMA. Yeah, it's chair 40. Chair 40. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't know. I think price is going to push up, but again, don't take my word for it. Don't, not financial advice. Yeah, if price continues to sell off, which it could, because again, we're overall bearish. We don't have to pull back yet. That's always something to remember, but at some point we have to have that pullback. So just keep that in mind. Price will not sell off forever. So be content at some point. That's why like everyone preaches having a plan, because if you just let price run, when it's really not supposed to run. What setup do you look for? Sorry, got distracted. What setup do I look for? I just look for supply and demand. So like, again, like what I'm waiting for is, let's say price just broke this low. Okay, we also just broke this new low actually. So we had broke this low. Then now we made a new low, right? So what I'm doing is I'm identifying one where premium pricing is, because we sold off. So that means if price were to continue to sell off, I would want to look for sells to the downside. So I'd want price to come up, but that's not really what I'm playing yet, because price needs to obviously get there first. So while I'm waiting for price to get there, that's when I'm looking for areas where like price is making new bullish structure, and then I'm entering and targeting these areas where I know price should in theory pull into. Why? Because if institutions again want to sell it off on a higher time frame, they're going to want to bring price into a more premium price before they end up selling off. Does that make a little sense? Same thing for buys, like Euro USD price clearly bought up, broke a high. So what can I expect? A pullback. In this case, we're gonna be looking for sells on the 15-30 minute. We already came into an area that I didn't like, so if I can see some structure build up, I'm gonna look to sell off, right? And then obviously in theory, price should come down and then follow bullish structure. But then that's where higher time frames come in, because you need to be able to identify what's the weekly saying, what's the daily saying, because price may not continue. Again, just like on the lower time frames, it's on the higher time frames, price isn't going to continue forever. So we can expect maybe price to now be coming off this weekly supply. We could see a complete sell off, which then will just take advantage of the lower time frames and trade pullbacks and continuations. That's all I do. That's all I do. Again, it kind of sounds like a lot, but the biggest part is just understanding higher time frame, and then what really pieces it together is lower time frame supply and demand, which is just super simple supply and demand entries. Longs on Jer, I'm thinking longs on Jer, but again, like this is not my profession. Like yeah, see, price just completely sold off. But when it comes to Jer, don't take me as serious as you would like a Forex pair. Yeah, 1 to 3 is 1 to 6 is kind of crazy on Forex. I can't lie to you. You are right, Salva. That's a pretty big size. 1 to 3s are solid. Yeah, Salva is kind of right. Price does, unless you have a very tight stop loss and you have like a really strong conviction that price is going to continue higher to maybe sweep some liquidity. Yes, 1 to 6s are possible, but just be careful, because yeah, he's right. Price does chop around a lot, or it can at least. What is Euro JPY doing? We kind of sold off again on Euro JPY, but we're coming into this area of demand. We didn't get a breakout. If it would have been nice to see price like break this high here and then come in, but because we didn't, that's a little scary. So long on GJ eventually, not right now. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, but we didn't even really like break this high. We wicked it, meaning this could just be a liquidity sweep to push us down and then make new lows. But that doesn't mean that for sure. What I think price is actually going to end up doing, I think price is going to sweep this low, break this high, and then I can now look for potential longs into, again, the equilibrium. And I shouldn't be affected by USD news except for Jerome Powell, but it shouldn't be so bad that I'm like, needing to exit or not take a trade on GJ or GA. But Euro USD, I'm probably going to sit on my hands tonight. Even if I see a setup, it's not worth getting shit on by Jerome Powell. That man will take your fucking account. So, long on GJ, said that, watching trend line. Let's peep the trend line. What trend line? Are we talking about this trend line, Salva? Not a trend line type of guy. A little wedge. Are we going to take an entry right now? I'm thinking price is coming up. But again, I think that'll wrap it up, guys. Hope I dropped some sauce. You guys barely liked it. I'm just kidding. You guys gave me a good amount of likes. Only 8 likes, but I still appreciate it. So I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys joining up. But again, slow night, so I don't want to bore you guys. But hope you guys learned a thing or two. I'll see you guys next week for sure. Probably like 2 or 3 streams on here. Maybe some on my personal account. But I'll let you guys know, of course, if I hop on there. So hope you guys tune in. I appreciate you. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna watch it for tonight and see what happens. So again, thank you all for joining. I will see you guys next week. Maybe we'll do some account giveaways. I don't know yet. You guys got to get these things popping. Tell your homies, tell your friends. But you guys have a good one. So I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, thank you for spamming. Thank you. Amazing. I love it. I appreciate all every single one of all 17 of you. Okay. All right. Take care.